I'm just dragging the trophy list over to my other monitor so we can see what we still have. We're actually getting fairly close to being done with this game, I think, in terms of trophies and stuff, so probably won't be too many more streams of this one. So we still have 2 more where we have to use a specific nozzle to finish a whole job. And then there's 2 trophies for the funhouse, 1 for town floats, 1 for shopping mall. And I think that's it. So we're definitely coming along with this. We're definitely making good progress. Also been working on House of the Dead, by the way. Working on the PS5 version now, and made some progress. I beat the game the first time, so at least got 1 playthrough done. Still got quite a ways to go, though, and the 2 control stuff is a little bit strange. But yeah, working on that game, so get through it eventually. Not too long of a game. It's been pretty fun, actually. Alright, let the satisfaction of washing virtual objects continue. Hey, Robbie. Okay, so last time we left off, I was finishing up a couple of jobs. So, let's see, the mini roller coaster should be at 99%. Yep, so we'll go ahead and finish it off first. Yeah, it's been a long week so far. I'm very much needing this weekend. It's been a very long week. Lots and lots of work, so been busy. Finally sort of slows down a little bit starting tomorrow. Alright, got that one done. And the overall satisfaction of watching it all get cleaned up. 156 plats now. Play another Ratchet & Clank game the other day. Oh, nice, nice. I heard we're apparently getting some, like, new Ratchet & Clank game coming up or something. Just been grinding on that the last trophy you have for Borderlands 4 is getting all the characters to level 50. Oof. Oh yeah, there she is. Here's to another 18 years of Gator magic, eh? Stop by for a free ride whenever you like, if you can stand the G-force. Well, I think this is more of a kid's coaster, so that probably won't work out super well for us. Okay, and then we have the solar system was almost done. Couple things left to clean in here. I'm also working on a guide for the House of the Dead PS5, because the PS4 guide isn't really the most detailed in a number of places, so I figured I might as well write one for the PS5 version. Oh, okay, I don't know why it's there, because it's the floor trim that needs to be cleaned. Is it this thing out here? Oh, it sure is. And your main focus until Black Ops 7. Yeah, here's the thing about Black Ops 7. Me and a guy are, and several people are talking about maybe doing a trophy guide for the game. Which means I would have to play it on day 1. But in all honesty, given how some of the trophies are structured, like some of the online stuff, it might almost be better to play the game earlier on when you're dealing with, you know, fewer experienced players for some of that stuff and fewer of the sweats. It looks like it's only one zombies map, though, aside from Dead Ops Arcade, which is a little bit more straightforward, but I'm not sure if there are multiple. There might actually be. Sorry for the zombies, hope the campaign is good, only playing the multiplayer for the trophies. Oh yeah, I am not looking forward to the multiplayer at all. It's going to be just as terrible, I'm sure. Absolutely stellar performance. Can't wait to show the kids some proper concrete science. Venus's retrograde rotation, the moons of Jupiter, and the imminent visitation of our feline Planet X overlords. Oh great, so we're saving the world from a cat takeover? Is that the new version of the story or something? Some new text. Alright, but we do have a brand new job to start up. The streetcar, which appears to be a rather short one. Following a successful crowdfunding campaign, we're bringing our historic streetcars out of retirement, and not only have we named each of them after notable historic figures from the town, but we've also added AI pilots trained on authentic historic data to create the ultimate tour guide. So is it going to be like the bus driver from Black Ops 2? From Transit? And if you shoot him, he kicks you out? Okay, so there's no trophies tied to the streetcar, I don't believe. I'm going to double check. Nope, nothing tied to the streetcar. Okay, so we can just do this one normally. Let me make sure I'm also using the correct washer. I was not. It keeps switching for some reason. We want to use the best version of it, so... Ooh, yep, this one's got a lot of stuff baked in, so this one's going to take a bit longer to clean, probably, at some areas. But yeah, the zombies is probably going to be fun. Not looking forward to that dead offs, though, and a power washer, huh? How interesting. What's so interesting about it? Yeah, I'm not looking forward to the dead ops trophies, even though I have heard we are getting that... whatever it's called, the advanced, no, not a, yeah, I think it's called Advanced Start or whatever it's called, I think is going to be in it from the start, so it probably won't be as horrific as it would have been without. Damn it, you guys completely called that, and I was really honestly hoping that you guys were not going to be accurate with that prediction. I know I haven't streamed since what, last Friday? Yeah, I haven't gotten to talk about Call of Duty at all. We also saw the trophy list for the new SpongeBob game, and it looks to be pretty easy. Looks to be a lot like Cosmic Shake, but probably a little bit easier. And that's all going to need soap, so we'll grab that here in a minute. There's only one zombies map. It's a transit-style map. Okay, so that's what I was thinking. So no jumping between two different maps. And I'm sure that they'll add that easy mode, whatever it's called, once someone figures out the Easter egg. I think that's their plan, is like once someone can fully solve the Easter egg, they'll bring out that easier mode, which will presumably be allowed. So I'm not too worried about the zombie stuff in this one, as long as there's no stupid bowling trophy, because that trophy really, really annoyed me on the other version. It took so many tries to get because I kept getting unlucky. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to doing the multiplayer part of the game, so that is going to suck. Just open for the dead offs. We get another... Yeah, we're supposed to be getting an advanced start mode from the beginning this time, so... just getting the text back. Yeah, it's been a long week so far. Been very busy with work, and then some bad health news for my older dogs, so I've been very worried about that. And last night, after hearing some of that, I drank more than I have in a day in a long time. So there's the possibility at any point in the near future I may just drop everything and have to go home for a few days for everything. Alright, we're already up to 20%. Introduce myself. I'm Penelope Proof, full-time baker, part-time detective, out-of-hours, tittle-tattler. Okay, then. Do you actually do anything beneficial aside from baking? When I'm not baking muffins, I'm busy solving crimes, and right now the oven's off. Okay, so are you going to investigate the, like, bad people from the first game or something, and the weird time travel plots and such? Mode is actually harder. It's called Cursed and will play more similar to OG zombies with points and other features. Oh, okay, so... Is that for dead offs or for the actual zombies? I assume for the actual zombies. In that mode you get relics which will grant better rewards but make the mode harder. Oh, well that's not... I don't consider that particularly appealing. I've done my fair share of hard zombies maps and hard zombies trophies in the past. I mean, every game through Black Ops 3, well, no, not even just Black Ops 3, even Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare, played plenty of with zombies. World War II also played a lot of zombies in that. So I've got a lot of experience with the world of zombies, and I don't feel like making anything unnecessarily hard in those anymore. Had enough hard maps over the years anyway. Even if I got carried through several of them. I mean, I still have no idea what in the hell happened when we were playing Beast from Beyond. I still don't even understand what the hell happened when we beat that, because that was back during COVID. I just got carried through it, probably intoxicated or something, or just not paying attention. For the actual zombies, the relics are optional unless you're going for the trophies, which... Oh boy, so we're actually gonna have to do some of that. But I mean, if it goes back to more traditional zombies, like OG from like Black Ops 2 and before, I'm not necessarily against that, because again, I've played that so much over the years. I mean, I pretty much grew up with it, so I'm a little more confident in my abilities on something like that than some of the newer mechanics, so... I still can't believe, though, this has got to be the first Call of Duty game that has a campaign that doesn't have a veteran trophy. I can't believe that. Literally no veteran trophy, which is super surprising. No personal decorator-style trophy either, as far as I can tell. So it's gonna probably be one of the easiest COD campaigns that we've ever had. Plus, you can do it in co-op. I think there's a couple of co-op trophies, but for the most part, they're not. Why did you go to that nozzle? Nope, not that button. Yeah, there's only a couple of co-op campaign trophies. The rest are just for, like, beating it. So yeah, that's super weird that we're not getting an actual veteran mode for once. And that's got to be the first time we've ever had that in a game that had a campaign. Obviously, Black Ops 4 didn't have one because it didn't have a campaign. Treyarch did say it's heavily inspired by Black Ops 3 zombies. Okay. I mean, I liked Black Ops 3 zombies. Maybe not as much as the older zombies, but I still liked it overall. I mean, I got pretty heavily carried through about half the trophies in the DLC. Did about half of them on my own, and then got carried through the other half. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I didn't get carried through every game, though. Like, World War II did a lot of that as, like, the lead of the team. Just needed a group to play him with. I only got carried through the last map there, and honestly, that was the easiest one. And then Black Ops 3, I got through all of the base game zombie stuff all on my own, no problem. And then it was just about, mainly the Easter eggs and the trophies sort of tied to the Easter eggs. Oh, it's a streetcar named Desire, except with an extra E, so Desiree. That endgame mode looks like it's similar to Modern Warfare Zombies. Oh, great, I called that one. I still have no idea why they thought that was a good idea. I mean, why would you ever put an endgame type mode in a Call of Duty campaign? A Call of Duty campaign. It's a mode that already most of the people buying the game are not buying the game for, and you put in something pointless like that. I do not get it in the slightest. Activision is just full of dumbasses, and I think that's been made pretty clear these last few years or so. Between COD HQ and just all that random stuff. I don't know why they think it's a good idea, but they do. I don't know, maybe they'll finally really lose out this year with Battlefield 6 being out. We're lucky. Lucky they'll actually learn a bit of a lesson. They probably won't, though. Because suckers like us are going to buy the game because we have to, because it's on our list. Okay, why was that so loud? Suckers like us that have the game on the PS5 have to keep buying it and playing it because of its whole stupid DLC mechanic. Which means reinstalling the 150, 200 gigs that game is takes up literally a quarter of my hard drive space. That's just about the worst part of it, is just how much hard drive space it takes up. why they shouldn't have allowed COD HQ to be a thing in the first place. It's very unreasonable. Like, if you want to play COD games, you can pretty much only have COD games installed on your console, which maybe that was their plan. Reading the trophies now, one says to complete 10 assignments in Zone 4. So I'm assuming that's going to be like completing contracts in the red zone in Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. Which is not going to be a fun thing to do, and it's absolutely going to require co-op. So yeah, that's, not happy about that trophy list. Definitely not happy about it. Definitely not looking forward to doing it. But unfortunately don't have a choice because, again, they're assholes and made it DLC. Or that might be Sony's fault for making that a whole thing on the console now. As soon as you started washing, I could see from your getup that something wasn't right. Okay. Why would a power washer conceal their identity like that? Oh great, are we like going to become the villain or something of this game? Is that going to be the big twist ending here? That we're purposefully making places dirty so that they have to hire us to clean things? Is that going to be like the twist of this story or something? Hey, Secret. It's going fine. You're all good, you're all good. It'll be over in under 6... It'll be over. I'm almost positive it will be. Between that stuff in the endgame mode and the amount of stuff you have to do in the multiplayer, and even just the stuff you have to do in the zombies, plus reuniting with Fidelina round 2. Even if they do have the advanced start mode from the beginning. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. But if I'm going to be writing a guide, we would be buying that game pretty close to day 1, so... Or on day 1, unfortunately. Which is kind of unfortunate because we've got a football game on Friday night. And it's our biggest one probably left... Well, not the biggest one left of the season, but the most, like, highly ranked opponent that we play the rest of the year. Which, I mean, with how bad this season is, all this flat's gonna be over soon. Player basketball team is better, which, I mean, they're 3-0 right now, which isn't bad, but they've only played scrubs. Celebrated your birthday 2 days ago, got Pokemon Legends on Silent Hill F. Happy late birthday! That sounds like fun. I've heard mostly good things about Silent Hill F. And then Pokemon Legends I don't really know, because, I mean, I played a few of the modern Pokemon games. I mean, I really liked Pikachu, but that was probably because the game was so, like, easy compared to most Pokemon games. And I played either Sword or Shield, but I haven't played Scarlet or Violet, and haven't played Legends. I hope you enjoy them. I don't even know what I'm gonna try to get for Christmas. Probably just get money, in all honesty. Maybe a few pieces of clothing. Stuff that doesn't have Clemson on it. So I have stuff to wear when I don't feel like being shamed in public for how bad our team's become. At least that should be a popular guide. Yep, it probably would be, so... I need to see what the plans are for it, though. Again, having to buy the game for the full $70 is not really ideal. Well, I guess I can, that does mean I can go to Little Caesars this weekend and get some, probably double XP codes and stuff for free. Well, not for free, but, like, with it, so potentially do that. Which I don't usually go to Little Caesars. I mostly just go to Marco's, because honestly, yeah, it's a little more expensive, but it's still cheaper than a lot of places, and I think it's just better quality. And it's the closest pizza place to me. Because Little Caesars is all the way on the other side of town. It's kind of annoying to get to. Actually surprised we don't have another one that's closer at this point. Already, my head was swimming with more questions than answers, like a half-torn quiz book floating the 7 seas. How philosophical. I had to know more. Our power washer doesn't talk, he just power washes things. That's his whole reason for existence, is cleaning. We're already over 60% of the way into this job, though, so this one's going by a lot faster than some of the other ones. We've seen a few other people now have done Power Wash Sim 2 videos. Like Illusion did one, and I think Mayor Hairbear did one, and I want to say maybe one other player's already done one. And that's cleaned off up there. Oh, there's a little bit more over there. Oh yeah, and that Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition came out. Is anyone out there going to actually buy it? I know that, like, maybe Jabo did because he... Or Nurbit or one of them did because they do all the challenge runs and stuff. I'm sure as heck not wasting money on that. I think it's still like a $20 upgrade or something, even if you already have Fallout 4, and you really don't get anything more for it. Other people said that it's going to, like, break the mods and Creation Club stuff that we already have on there, which is dumb. No new trophy list, though, thankfully, so don't have to buy the game, thankfully. No new trophies. And apparently no new trophies for Fallout Shelter, even though they've made, I guess, some kind of additions to that, so that's good. Older you get, the more you dislike birthdays and getting older. Didn't even know that came out. Alright, which one did you not know had come out? I had to read that comment a second time for some reason. Wasn't thinking. Mine's been all over the place, so... Alright, 70%. There was more. A van tucked away. Sure they need equipment on the job, but how much? I'm guessing you've never actually been a power washer before, so... Or more to the van than meets the eye. Well, there is technically more to it than meets the eye, because I've already saved the world, according to the first game. Maybe there was something else hiding in there. Okay, this person's weird. This person is weird. The entire county was looking for. So, are they, like, accusing me of doing something bad? That's sort of what this sounds like. Sounds like someone's a moron. That Fallout 1, oh, yep. Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition instead of something that people actually wanted. And it's not even a free upgrade to those that already own Fallout 4 and all the DLCs on PS5, so... Thankfully, though, no trophies tied to it, and same with Shelter. But I did hear a couple of interesting things related to Bethesda this week. It's believed that the Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be coming out in 2028. Seems to be the projected release date now. That's what a lot of people are now saying. So I don't know if that's true or not, but at least it would be nice to have some sort of potentially semi-concrete release date, even though I'm sure it'll keep getting delayed. So yeah, possibly going to be getting that in 2028. And they've already said that Fallout 5 is the next game after Elder Scrolls 6. So Fallout 5 by like 2040 probably is a possibility. So I might only have to wait till I'm like 45 years old to play the next Fallout game. But they have basically all but confirmed that a Fallout 3 remaster is in the works, or remake, one in the vein of Oblivion, so that will be out probably sooner rather than later, because they really need to play off the hype from the Fallout show, with Season 2 only a month away. That's another thing I've been working on this week, is doing some of my research for that. I'm through the military section of it, but I still got to do the cities, the cryptids, the weather, all that kind of good stuff. And everything they could do, why 4? Oh yeah, it makes no sense whatsoever, because it's not what people wanted. Now, I have no problem with it coming to the Switch too. I think that's actually a good thing, because now Switch players will get to experience it for the first time. And that's like early next year, I believe, that's going to happen. So I don't have an issue with that. I think that's a good thing, because no Switch players have ever had access to a Fallout game. But other than that, it's just such a strange choice. It's like everyone wants a Fallout 3 remake or remaster, or a New Vegas one. And then you go and do this with Fallout 4. Like I said, it is pretty heavily speculated now that a Fallout 3 one is in development. And probably should be out sooner rather than later. Maybe for, like, time of Season 3 of the show it'll be out. Maybe they coincide it with that. I could potentially see him doing that. Coincide it with whatever Season 3, whenever it comes out, probably in 2027. Which is still a very long time to wait. Have 76, but haven't played it yet. Oh yeah, 76 is actually really good now. Like, 76 is really fun now, especially if you play it with friends. Like, if you play it in a group with friends, it's actually pretty fun. Aha! Oh, that's on the outside, isn't it? Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, Fallout 76 is actually pretty fun now, so... And we've got a guide up on PSN Profiles that explains how to do everything in the game, except I'm still working on updating it. I'm a little bit behind. I gotta get it all ready for when the Burning Shores update comes out next month. Yeah, 76 is a lot better now, so you should have a pretty good time with it. Never played Fallout either, but probably watch the show once all Season 2 comes out. Oh, I can't wait for it. I also can't wait for the insane amount of complaining that there's going to be from the fandom over potential retcons to the lore and stuff, like what we argued kind of happened with Fallout Season 1. There's a lot of questions that were raised in Season 1 that contrast with the games. But I'll definitely be playing some Fallout games around that time. I haven't really played any Fallout games, except for the Fallout Day 2025. I really haven't played any Fallout games in a while. Obviously, I played for that because it was a special day, but that was a one-off. But yeah, it'll be definitely worth watching, but it just means that it'll be far more prolonged people complaining about the lore, and if they make any weird changes. Which, like, they might have already made one big change with making the Kings into a ghoul faction, which is not sat well with people. Which means they're either going to have to do a lot of lore changes, or it also could mean they actually had the balls to go with the secret ending from Dead Money. And if you played Dead Money and know about that secret ending, you know exactly what I'm talking about, and I'd be very shocked if they actually went that direction. But I wouldn't be mad if they did, because that would be really taking a very gutsy move for the canon ending of New Vegas. It might be like that and the ending where you nuke everyone at the end of Lonesome Road as well. They might actually go that entire route of just everything in the Mojaves now a straight-up nuclear wasteland. But I'm still thinking that with the fact that Mr. House is being portrayed so heavily in, like, the intros and stuff, into the first teaser trailer and all, it makes me think it's probably going to be the Mr. House ending that's considered canon. But again, we never know. They might have the balls to go with one of the other secret endings, so we'll see. We shall see. Only a month away, so gotta get that next Fallout lore video ready by then. I've also made very good progress on editing the Call of Duty 2 Big Red One video. It's like probably 50% of the way done, so it's not going to be as long a one, obviously, because that game's achievements are so simple. Oh, this one's actually getting all the grime without using the soap, surprisingly. Did they ever do anything with New Vegas, like a remake or anything? No, and sadly, I don't think that one's ever going to happen, because that game was made by Obsidian, not Bethesda. So, I don't see it being particularly likely that we ever get a remake or remaster of New Vegas in comparison to all the other games. I could definitely see them they're probably working on one for 3. They're working on a next-gen version of 76. And then maybe they would actually do Fallout 1 and 2 someday. But I don't know what... They'd have to do a complete overhaul of those because they're turn-based RPGs. Not to mention the original Fallout, if you played the original version of it before they later patched it, you only had, I think it was 400 or 500 in-game days to beat the game. And the game ended at that point, whether or not you actually finished the main story, so that's pretty insane. I mean, it made sense in context within the storyline of the game, but that would be a big shock to players in the real world, in the modern day. Although with our luck, in all honesty, they might just remake, like, Brotherhood of Steel or something as just a massive troll, a massive FU to the fan base or something. I hope they're not that dumb, but they make dumb decisions sometimes, so... Wouldn't be the first time they've done something really stupid. And a part of me would find it funny, but the other part of me would be enraged. At that point, they're clearly going for rage bait at that point. If they were to do something like that, they'd clearly be going for rage bait at that point. Okay, light's good. Okay, now we gotta get this area. And that. Okay, that's most everything on the interior here. Yeah, I think everything else is on the exterior, so... Or, no, wait, I saw a little thing over here earlier. Oh, yeah, that's still quite dirty. Ooh, this whole area is quite dirty as well. Still some things on the outside that need it too, so not quite there yet. That mirror looks like it could use a touch-up as well. Off topic, but what's my favorite Far Cry game? I would have to go with Far Cry 3. I know that's probably the most common answer, but it really is such a good game. But I would honestly say that, like, my second favorite game might actually be Far Cry 2. Because, like, Far Cry 2, the only thing that's bad about it is that it's so buggy in a lot of places. That's really the only bad thing about the game. Like, if the game wasn't so buggy, or didn't have so many, like, potentially game or platinum-breaking issues to it, it would potentially be number 1. It is a legitimately very good game, all things considered. And then probably Far Cry 4 would be next after that. Far Cry 4 is pretty good. It's just basically 3 in a new setting, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Alright, get some door panels over here. And they all go off at the same time. And there's still that upper area up there, too. Let's see if these mirrors maybe are good. Yeah, that mirror's good. I don't think this one is, though. I don't think I cleaned this one. Yep, now it's good. Get another door panel, door frame, all them parts of the door. And one more door back here, and then we go up to the top. Ooh, the archway isn't clean yet. I wonder what I could have missed in there. Right there. And that step stool. Alright, let's get the undercarriage a bit. And now it's just probably the roof, so... Bit of a longer job than I expected, but that's okay. Haven't played too many Far Cry games, but did platinum New Dawn. Yeah, a lot of people hate on New Dawn, and I understand where some of the hate comes from for that game, but I think it's a little bit overly hated. Like, overall with that game, I think Far Cry works well in a post-apocalyptic setting. Now, making it a sequel to Far Cry 5 might not have been the best choice, because Far Cry 5 was already a little bit less well-liked than, like, 3 or 4, or 2 even. And the enemies in the game are really, really annoying. The twins. They're super annoying. But otherwise, it was a pretty fun game. I think it fit very well with the franchise. Hey, sweet. Nothing more satisfying than hearing those dings. Heck yeah. It's good after a long half a week so far of work. Things finally cool off a little bit at this point. No pun intended, because it's been really, really cold outside and I don't like it. We all know my feelings about the cold, so... And the ironic thing about that, though, is that I keep my house usually pretty cool, even during the winter, and then just cuddle up under a blanket. But even despite that, I just hate when it's cold outside. And it's been, like, it froze a couple nights this week, so that killed off the last little bit of my garden, unfortunately. Which I'm not surprised about it, and there wasn't really much left, but it was still unfortunate. Still was possibly going to get a few peppers and a few more tomatoes, so... we'll go without. So got some good news and bad news. Hit me with it. And now we just need to get the underside of this. Good news is that you made your first successful day trade of $100 profit on a biopharmaceutical stock. Oh, very nice. And that's already clean. Now get this other cable. How is that not? Oh, up there, okay. And get right there. Oh, I need to see what that was about our football game on Friday. See how screwed we are, what players we lost for any reason. There's the sides of the solar panels up top, still needs a bit more. Bad news is you got a little curious, so you tried to sell high and buy low. Can't sell them since you exceeded your day trade limit for the week, and if you sell one more time, you'll be flagged and wouldn't be able to do it for 90 days. Ooh, that's kind of weird that they would put in that kind of requirement. I guess they just want to stop people from making way too much or even, like, losing way too much in one day. This is my assumption, I don't know. Get the underside. Get the power cable. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Since I didn't stream on Saturday because I was watching a football game, Saturday was cool because there was a Lego event going on nearby. It's like a traveling Lego event. That was really, really cool. It was like a bunch of different, actual really unique, like, things that people had built, dioramas and sets and all that good stuff. Door panel and side lower body. So that's this yellow part. Oh, well, there's the panel. So yeah, it was actually like a Lego... I don't know if I'd quite call it a convention, but it had a lot of people there and all. So that was really neat. And there were actually a bunch of people there that were selling various sets, of course. There were huge amounts of just like minifigure collections that people were selling, or just individual minifigures. As well as custom ones, or build your own ones, stuff like that. And they had a few rare sets in there for sure, but like, I got there a little bit later in the day. Thing is that the stock was something really volatile, so you already know what will probably happen. Oh, yeah. Don't know anything about stocks. I know very little about it. But yeah, the Lego thing was neat because it was like... They were also selling all sorts of random sets and such, so... I picked up a couple of smaller things. Okay, I don't know why this doesn't want to come off, so let's just use soap on it. Yeah, I picked up a couple of smaller things. I picked up a poly bag from the Space Line that's now being mostly retired. Hey, Sprucey, I managed to track Karen down. Come quick and bring everything you've got. Ooh, it's a cabin. Alright, that job was pretty easy, as to be expected. Volatile means stock can either go through the roof or sink to the ground, and anything related to that, with my luck, probably goes into the ground. Go up 300 in a minute, but then can turn into $20 in the next minute. Yep. Thanks for another sterling effort, and apologies for the minor interrogation from Penelope. I think we'll take her offline for now. Don't want her throwing accusations out. Hopefully people can entertain themselves by looking out the window or something. Damn, they're straight up telling us to touch grass, pretty much. But yeah, I bought that little thing from a poly bag, and I bought some rail line, which in all honesty, I probably just need to get fake rail line off the internet, probably, because it's so expensive. Okay, we have 9... Ooh, we almost have enough for the Prime Vista Pro, the professional duty power washer. We almost... Actually, you know what? Why don't we just sell off some old things that we don't need anymore? Because we don't need the old Prime Vista. Yeah, let me sell this off for now. And now we can actually afford to purchase the Pro. With the extensions. And a soap nozzle, of course. And then, any new washer cosmetics yet? Yes, we have some washer cosmetics we can finally buy. And then we have to equip one of those for a trophy. You get these so late in the game for some reason. And we purchased everything in there for now. New skins available, so we gotta purchase that. Nothing new for the vehicle. Change washer styling, so which one is it for? I don't even care which one it's for. It's a trophy, so that's what matters. Alright, so we now have one of the most powerful power washers in the game, the Prime Vista Pro. It's looking very sleek. Aw, hey kitty. Bubbles. They're good for short term, but it's all good. This is a valuable lesson. Yeah, I mean, you're just starting out, so get to learn. And another kitty. And there's Mr. Squeaks. Alright, so Salvage House. This one does not have a trophy either. This is the house where Karens stay, and they call themselves the Guardians of the Forest. To say it's all a bit eccentric is an understatement, but you have to respect the ingenuity of anyone who can knock up something like this from a repurposed treehouse and an aircraft. Karen's definitely onto something, so going to stay for a while to help her out. As you know, though, I have my standards. I'm sure that they'll appreciate the place having a deep clean. Sounds good. But yeah, I definitely need to try to get some rail line that's fake rail line from, like, just Chinese knockoff or something, because in all honesty, as long as it works, that's what matters. Oh boy, this is a big one, isn't it? Oh, I like this new washer quite a bit. And we're not even 1% into the job yet. Alright, now we're 1% of the way in. Michelle gave me your number as her coverage might drop off out there. Yeah, probably will out here. Just to let you know that we're surveying Mountain Rushless all day and everyone else is out or asleep, so you've got the place to yourself. Nice. So I guess that they're checking the mountain again to make sure it's not about to erupt like it was supposed to in the first game and, like, destroy the world and all that good stuff. Gotta wait until next week to make another trade, gotcha. Have a lot of Legos. There was a Scooby-Doo plane set you still have. Building the sets takes a lot of stress away, unless it breaks during building. Oh, for sure. Oh, you managed to pick up a bunch of Lego figures? Nice. But actually, sweet, one thing that made me think about you was someone there was selling that minecart ride from the Indiana Jones movies. So that exact set. They were selling it for $750. So yeah, that was interesting. That was one of the sets I recognized. I'm not about to throw out that much money, though, on one singular Lego set, most likely. Unless maybe it was the Cloud City set or something for that cheap. Hey, Cassie. Got your second Mola Ram minifigure. Crazy you got it for under its actual value, but don't have his helmet. Figure's about 35 bucks. Nice! I'm assuming that one I saw there was a complete set, just opened, of course, so it'll be worth less. One of the best sets ever. It's a pretty neat set, but I couldn't justify spending that amount of money on something right now. That's a bit expensive. Oh, yeah, maybe for like the Cloud City set or something, but I didn't see any of those there. They were selling a lot of more modern sets, though, that are maybe just recently more out of print, or trying to sell them at about the same price as if they were on the Lego website. Maybe a little bit more than some of them. They didn't buy too much, but definitely was a really fun experience. They even had some of the Lego Masters competitors from the TV show there doing panels and stuff. It would have been probably even more fun if you were a kid, though, just because, like, they had a lot more activities for younger people, really young people. But they had one display. It was a giant cityscape that spanned, like, 20-plus tables. That was cool. Whole big city set, multiple trains running through it. They had a Lego Waffle House, a custom-built Lego Waffle House, which only matters to people in the South here, but that was pretty funny to see. It's totally something I should build at some point, actually. Even though I hardly ever go to Waffle House, but it's always good if I do. I got 2 more trophies for Fallout Shelter. All you have left is the 100 quests and 100 objectives and 50 raider attacks. Nice. The raider one is definitely the most annoying out of all of them from what I remember. This is just so random as to whether or not it even happens. And then you actually have to survive it and all, and not have your vault completely die afterward. Alright, we're already almost 10% of the way through this job, so this one's actually going a little bit faster than I was initially expecting. Ooh, we got some lore. Shell says I should tell you what we're up to out here, but be warned, Shell thinks we're far more interesting than we are. That's what people seem to think about my job, probably. Don't know if you'll be able to find his helmet for cheap, but it's fine. You got the head and torso for cheap, which, yeah, that's definitely good. $13 for a Lego piece lot with his head, $5 for the torso, spend $18, so basically double your money. Or just keep it until it goes up even more, is also a possibility. Survive, you got really good weapons. Okay, good. Yeah, be careful with that one. Because you start getting too many attacks, especially if you start getting some of the other creatures attacking. Like when you... Cassie, I don't know if you've gotten to the point where you get Deathclaw attacks or not, but I remember that always being kind of obnoxious, kind of frustrating to deal with, just because they would do so much damage. And even the Rat Scorpions, because they would poison, like, half the... Well, not half the vault, but anyone in the vault they could. I still like that game's free, so... Oh, yeah, I gotta tell you guys, something insane happened at work today. Not at the office that I work in, but at one of the other offices that we have. A patient probably died at the office, and apparently I'm pretty sure that the people there are going to be under serious investigation soon, and the company is probably about to get sued because our AED didn't work, which if you don't know what that is, it's like a mini defibrillator. Our AED didn't work. Some of the other equipment they had for an emergency did not work. Now, I don't know what ended up happening with the patient, if they survived or not, once the EMTs got there. I'm not sure yet, so I'll find that out. But, yeah, that place is probably going to get investigated, and they're probably going to get sued, so... For having technology like stuff like that doesn't actually work. That's a serious issue. That's a very serious problem. Because they found the person, like, unconscious or no pulse anymore and vomiting inside the bathroom or something all over the place. So I don't even know how long he was without oxygen or anything. And then also, no one else, like, tried to resuscitate them, aside from trying to get the AED to work, which I don't know why they wouldn't have at least tried. I mean, that's extremely, extremely weird that they wouldn't try. Like, someone in there would have known CPR. I mean, your weirdness in saying you've always been sensitive to vibrations and frequencies, certain places have their own signatures. Right now is the bank jutting out of the volcano's unique feel about it. But yeah, there's weird shit going on with this volcano and with this whole town, this whole county. But yeah, so, that's going to be a giant shit show in the near future, so I will definitely keep you guys posted on that. That definitely makes me concerned for the idea of going to a doctor in, like, a crisis or something and worrying that they might not even have working technology at this point. I don't even think we have an AED in our building. Probably getting one very soon now. Yeah, that is going to be... That's going to be something. I will definitely keep you guys posted on that. That is probably about the easiest, one of the easiest medical malpractice lawsuits you could get. Look to whoever has to deal with that whole thing. Yeah, it's super sad, and I don't know if they were okay or not. I hope they were. But regardless, that's very sad to see that happen. You go to the doctor to get healed, and you end up dying because they have potentially bad equipment or people don't jump into action. It's like, I'm not CPR certified anymore, but I obviously, like, remember how to do it because it's not overly complicated. mostly just chest compressions and breaths in a certain rhythm. Unless you're trying to revive like an infant or something, in which case it's actually different. That's kind of cool. So they made a seat out of the plane seats. Little swing seat out of it. And that's going to be probably a very easy lawsuit and probably not going to be good for us, so... And it's crazy because even at the old job, we never had anything quite that crazy happen. And that was at an urgent care, where you would think that something more insane like that might actually happen, but surprisingly no. Even being there for 3 years, nothing that insane happened. So yeah, it was a day. Today was a day. Thankfully, the rest of this week is a lot more chill. Until I start playing Black Ops 7 and probably start crashing out again. I don't know, maybe I won't. Maybe it won't be anything that bad, because, again, I think that advanced start mode is supposed to be in the game from the beginning, so... should make Return or Reunite, or whatever the fuck it's called with Fidelina, a little bit easier. Alright, so this looked like it was going to be a big job, but we're already a quarter of the way through it, so... progress is good, for sure. Yeah, exciting day. Not necessarily, or not in a good way, though. I'm just busy otherwise all week. That's part of why I didn't stream on Sunday, was honestly, knew I was going to be super busy on Monday. And then these couple of days have been busy, so kind of saw it coming. But it did give me a chance to do the editing and stuff, so... we'll work on some editing and some research for the next Fallout lore video, of course. Can't believe you called it for the Black Ops 7 trophy. I know, like, we were talking about that a little bit earlier in the chat. Like, you literally called it, like, perfectly. And I was really hoping you were going to be wrong. I think all of us were really hoping you were going to be wrong. I don't think anyone wanted that to be a trophy in this game. Because everyone hated it in Black Ops Cold War. Like I said, I think that the advanced start mode is supposed to come packaged with the game or patched in very early on, so hopefully it won't be that bad. Because with advanced start mode, I got through it in a reasonable amount of time. It was still annoying, don't get me wrong, but it's far more doable. It took far less time to get through. But there were people even in the forum on PSN Profiles talking about some of the people that did the game that did Cold War at the very beginning and had to do it the normal way, and just how awful it was. Especially without first-person mode, because first-person mode was part of what made it easier, because you could take multiple hits. Alright, we're over 30% now. Let's go. Can't wait for defeating Papa back on round 5-12. I don't think it's going to be some insanely large number of rounds. Though, if they decided to double it to 128, that would not really surprise me. But I don't think it would be like in the 500s, thankfully, because that would be more than quadrupling it, I think. It better not, because that's going to cause some serious issues. So I ain't got the time to spend going through 500 plus rounds, even if we get to save every 4 rounds. How hard some of those later rounds got already? Can't even imagine. I don't know, maybe they also made the mode a little bit more reasonable this time around. Maybe they made it just a little bit easier. And again, it's Activision, so I guess we can't really expect them to make any competent decision these days. How this whole underside area got so dirty. Maybe it was volcanic eruption again, like the first game. Makes sense, but still. I've not been playing Resident Evil because you've been playing a game on Steam a bit. Oh, nice. I think Black Ops 7 is definitely going to be the hardest COD Platinum. It's going to be up there for sure. It's going to be up there. But, like, the thing that balances it out is that, again, there might be the advanced start mode for Dead Ops that'll make it significantly more tolerable. And for the first time in the franchise, in the games that have a campaign, there's no veteran trophy. There's almost no miscellaneous trophies either. It's almost all completion-based. But there is also that weird, like, endgame mode that I'm definitely nervous about. As Robbie was saying, that it looks like it's going to be something like Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, which is not a good thing to say. Why they would think of going back to that, I have absolutely no idea. But it is going to be kind of fun to play a COD campaign in co-op again. For the first time since... I mean, I didn't really play Black Ops 3 in co-op. I did play a lot of World at War in co-op, though, back in the good old days. And loved it, so... definitely will be nice to play another one in co-op. Cold War is like a 9 out of 10 until they made that change. Yeah, like, the guide initially, I think, had it as a 7 or maybe an 8 out of 10, and then it got revised downward a little bit with that release. I mean, one good thing is there's no, like, Battle Royale type of mode with trophies in it. I guess that's Warzone nowadays, and that doesn't have trophies anyway, so... Alright, let's see if we get a lore drop here at 40%. I don't think we got one at 30, so let's see if we get one at 40. Yes, we do. Karen Chisel. First about the hum of the Muckingham Merman's Beam. I couldn't believe it. It was the same signature as Rushless, only much louder. Suddenly something dawned on me. The gemstone of the merman must have come from beneath Rushless. Okay. I really need to watch a lore video now of Powerwash Simulator, especially of the first one. Explain some of this to me a little bit better. But you will play it soon after CSI halfway through the 4th case. Oh, okay, so you're getting pretty close to being done, because I think that game might have only had 4 cases. 4 chapters. And I'm about to have to, like, completely destroy my hard drive space when when Black Ops 7 comes out. And I decide to play it. I have to completely blow up the hard drive space, so that's always fun. Nothing like having literally only, like, 1 game on your console because they make the file so big that you can only have, like, 1 game on it. Actually, Black Ops 4 is the first COD game. Yeah, I mean, technically yes, but it also didn't have a campaign. So I don't really count that in the same way. Out of all the ones to have a campaign, this is the first one to not have a veteran trophy. I guess, Call of Duty 2 Big Red One technically didn't have a veteran achievement because there is no veteran difficulty, it's only hard is the hardest difficulty. Alright, that beam's good. And of course, I saw the PlayStation Plus games of the month. Of course, one of them is GTA 5 at the same time that they announced that GTA 6 is delayed. So they probably did that on purpose. I don't know why you would do GTA 5 again, because I'm pretty sure it's been on there before at some point, or at least on one of those collections. And it's always on sale, so... I'm honestly surprised they don't just fully make GTA 5 free at this point and just fund it on microtransactions. Because now knowing that the other one's pushed back until November of next year, more people are going to be probably hopping back onto GTA 5 or be playing it for longer. It's an easy opportunity to make some extra money from them. So we got all this outside areas to clean up though. 44%. Let's get that up to a nice 45%. And at least we can crawl around a bit. So sick of GTA 5. Can we ever get a... Yeah, we never get, never seem to get good free games for the most part. I mean, occasionally we'll get one in there that's interesting, but a lot of the time it's just not very good, or just things that we've gotten before that are constantly on sale. Weird Black Ops 7 doesn't have veteran... Yeah, and that is definitely a strange choice, especially with it being in co-op, which would make it probably one of the easier ones. If you were allowed to do it in co-op. Because that's the thing about World at War, is that in World at War you couldn't do veteran in co-op and get the trophies. Like, co-op disabled the trophies aside from the handful that had to be done in co-op. And now up here... 45%. Let's go. Let's get that up to 50%. Nice ding. There's probably still some more stuff down on this lower ledge that we have to get. Yeah, I think all these have stuff on them. Okay, got that one. Probably just bring the step stool under here. That would probably make this a little bit easier. Oh, I can stand on it. Okay, I didn't think it was going to actually let me jump high enough for that. And get top of this one. And top of that one. And one more elevated. And these two. Alright, getting into some new areas here, because we still got to clean the whole upper part of this deck and the outside of the house. The two games you're interested in plus was Alan Wake 2 and Stray. There have been a few others I've been interested in over time, but for the most part it's usually kind of crappy. And there's almost always like a sports game in there, which is just a cheap cop-out because they know most people aren't going to actually play that, so they're not losing any money off of them. A little bit surprised, but they didn't do College Football 25 at any point, so I guess they're probably not going to do the same for 26. I guess College Football 27 will be out in another, like, 6 months, probably. Hopefully that one won't be broken the way that the previous one was, and I would actually potentially be willing to play it then, if it's not broken. If it's anywhere near as broken as the other one was, probably not going to happen anytime around release date, at least. But I do know we've got the new SpongeBob game coming out. That's next week on Tuesday, I believe. So what I'll probably do next week is I probably won't do a trophy update next week, so that we can start playing SpongeBob on release date. Probably going to be what ends up happening. That's going to be a day one release and hopefully a quick platinum. Hopefully a good quick video out of it. Because Powerwash obviously isn't going to be done by then, or at least it most likely won't be done by then. That would also require me to get a few more platinums to make this number 900. Can we get something like Indiana Jones The Great Circle? They do give good games, but it's almost always something that you already own. Oh yeah, that's the other thing, is sometimes it's stuff I already own. Now, but giving us too many good games would make it actually worth the money. The game companies might lose money at that and get mad about it. So haven't we gotten The Last of Us games like a million times at this point with its million different variants? Yeah, we got the SpongeBob game out next week. We got Black Ops 7 out this week. So a couple big games to work on in the very near future. And again, I haven't fully decided yet if I'm picking up Black Ops 7 on day one. Part of me is thinking about doing it simply because we might try to write a guide for it. Those who missed the earlier parts of the chat, and then talks with some people on that. And if that's going to be the case, then that might actually be worth it, because we could actually pull in a lot of views from a guide that quickly of a major game releasing. And I do wonder if this means they're going to remove anything from COD HQ and give it its own new trophy list again. That'll be a fun issue to deal with, especially if it's a game that doesn't have a functioning auto-pop the way that Modern Warfare 2 was. That one version of Modern Warfare 2. Which still makes absolutely no sense as to why it was only one version of one game that didn't auto-pop correctly, but all the others did. I mean, thankfully it was probably the easiest one. But still, it just doesn't make sense. We'll see if this is the last Call of Duty Platinum ever, unless they just finally ditch COD HQ in the future. So I'm assuming they're not going to make any more on the PS4 after this year, at least I really hope not. I don't know why they would continue to do so at this point. PS5's been out for 5 years at this point. If you wanted one, you could get one by now. It's probably hampering a lot of game development. Doing it for both consoles probably hinders some of the development. That will be one nice thing about the next Fallout game, is that hopefully it'll only be on like PS6 probably, and if there's another Xbox console, and Steam of course. Might be like the PS7 by then in all honesty. I read something that said like the PS5 is now apparently outsold every Xbox console ever made, which is pretty crazy, like combined, which is just insane. They were the kings back in the 7th generation, to now being basically non-existent. Alright, there's some dinging. Oh, we're up over 50% now. Wonderful. Get the other sides of the rails. Interiors. Other interiors. Should be getting some lore drops again soon, probably at 60%. And go over here. So I forgot to clean this part of the wing somehow. And man, how far off is this one from being done? Still quite a bit. Can we clean one side of it? Possibly. Light bulb. Oh, yep, I did only clean one side of it. That would explain a lot here. I believe it's actually been that long. Hang on, I missed a couple of comments. Now we're missing The Last of Us Ellie's Journey Collection Remake, Remastered, Remake Bundle, Ultra Gold Edition with the Left Behind DLC, Remake, Remastered. It's been exactly 5 years since the PS5 launched. Yeah, let's not give them any ideas, sweet, even though they probably already have ideas like that in mind. Yeah, we probably are headed that way. We got 5 more Last of Us 2 remakes before we get a Last of Us 3. I don't even know if we'll ever get a Last of Us 3 at this point. I think they're probably just happy milking The Last of Us 1 and 2 over and over again. People defend the trash game that is The Last of Us 2. I still never played it. I did enjoy Last of Us 1, though. I actually did really like the original. 2 they never really should have done, or at least not what they did. Last of Us 2 made you really hate Ellie. 1 is great, but 2 screwed everything up. That's what I hear from almost everybody with 2. And then we're still getting another season of the show just to cover the rest of Season 2. Possibly 2 more seasons of the show. Yeah, possibly 2 more seasons of the show. Because I know they've talked about they're not really sure if they want to do any more storytelling after the end of this TV series. Within The Last of Us, they'll obviously keep milking it forever with re-releases and stuff, but they talked about apparently they might not want to do any more Last of Us content at that point. And I'm not really sure what they would do at that point. How is this wing still not... It's probably up top, actually. Can I climb? I can kind of climb this, actually. I don't think you're supposed to, though. They'll make a live version of Last of Us 1, probably. Halfway through 2, doubt you'll go back to it. At that point, you'll be playing as Pedro Pascal instead of Troy Baker. Oh, yeah, that's definitely something I could see happening, honestly. That's not an unrealistic thing to have happen. Definitely not out of the question. And get the underside. And this wing's actually about done already. Yeah, we can just get up to the... Oh, well, something just dinged. I have no idea what it was. Okay, I'm going to have to use the scissor lift to get up there, so... Also messed up the show. He thinks Season 1 was great. Season 2 was super rushed with the story. I mean, I never watched Season 2 of the show. I actually didn't watch Season 1 of the show either. I don't have HBO Max or whichever service it's on. Because I don't really pay for much in the way of streaming services. All I have is Netflix, which honestly I probably don't even need to keep that one at this point because I so rarely use it now that Squid Game's over, Alice in Borderlands is over. Stuff I was sort of interested in on there is over. Legend of Korra is no longer on there, but Avatar The Last Airbender is. And I always rewatch that series like once a year. Probably getting about to the time where I will watch that again. About that time. And then the Fallout show is on Amazon Prime, so... or whatever that service is called. And I just bummed that off of my parents, honestly. That's about the only other one they have alongside Netflix, so... I don't have any of those other ones, like YouTube TV or any of that other stuff. Last of Us 3 would be worse, probably, at this point. Well, I don't know, maybe they could learn from their mistakes, but I don't know if they would. I don't know if they'd actively try to learn from their mistakes. Next we get The Last of Us musical, The Last of Us the movie, the game. Watch us eventually get one that's literally just the cutscenes of the game as a new re-release, just so you can experience the story and play it like a visual novel or something. But with no choices. That's another thing that could definitely happen. At the other side of this one, yep. Alright, this place is already looking a lot better, and we're almost 60% of the way through, so let's see if we get another lore drop here. Because they're talking about the mountain here, so presumably it's something at least somewhat important. I hope that it is. We're going to find out that that investigative reporter from the streetcar job actually found out some secret, like, deep secret of ours. Alright, I joined the geology team studying the merman's gems to find out what they were made from. That can't be taken out of context at all. Turns out they're made of a previously unknown mineral, which we now call pacifist. They're hangover from a collision between Earth and another planet billions of years ago. It's the one that created the moon, I'm assuming. Obviously they possessed incredible properties. Suddenly everything that happened before made perfect sense. Okay. And that gem was somehow, I guess, able to stop the volcano from erupting in the previous game. We're definitely getting into some more of the lore, some more of the storyline. We'll see if the random villain from the first game is somehow still here, and if time travel ends up being an important aspect again of the final few jobs. Because I know there's still a fun house. I know that there's still a parade. There's a final job that I think is another temple-type job, sort of like with the first game, from what I've heard. Which I would expect, and it's probably going to be a very, very long job. And there's probably at least one more vehicle job in the game, the shorter one. Alrighty. 62. Let's say the funny number, 67. I still don't know why saying 6-7 is some kind of trend. It's so stupid. I highly doubt we'll get this ever, but if we get a Last of Us Part 1 LEGO Edition, honestly, given that they already did the one for Horizon, that would not really be all that surprising if they did that. I could 100% see him doing that. Though they might have to tell a new original story within it or something. Because isn't LEGO Horizon game, isn't that one like a whole different story from the main franchise? That is definitely something I could see happen, though. I completely forgot about LEGO Horizon until you mentioned that. Because that's one I still have to do at some point. This is both a LEGO game and a Horizon game, so counts for 2 categories I have to do at some point. Last of Us board game. Yeah, that's entirely possible. Feel Night Dog is fully focusing on Intergalactic. Watch, we get a Last of Us Powerwash DLC. Yeah, that's not entirely impossible. Though, were their first game's DLCs based on other games at all? Because it was like SpongeBob, which is of course a TV show, Warhammer, which is more of like a, not a board game necessarily, but like a, whatever you want to call it. I'm trying to think of what you would call it, like a tabletop RPG type of game. I think more than anything. But there are some games for it, but I don't feel like that's as well maybe known or as heavily used as like the actual like board game style. And then there was Shrek, which was based specifically off the movies. Alice in Wonderlands, which is based off presumably both movie and book. Wallace and Gromit, which is a TV show, I believe, or a movie series. Back to the Future, which of course is a film series. That's one series I'm honestly really surprised they've never like tried to go back to in the modern era and like remake it or anything. I'm very surprised no one's tried to do that yet. Or if they have, they've all failed. Or like make new entries in it under new acquisition or something like that. Which I've only ever seen the first one anyway, so I don't even know what the other two are about. Top of the string, perfect. Alright, now we're starting to get a few more dings in here as we get close to 70%. We'll see if there's another lore drop here. There's a little bit more on these tires. Get that outside. That outside area. Ooh, that wasn't clean yet, somehow. It's a stupid trend. Last of Us VR would be cool. Glad you graduated high school before that trend became a thing. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Powerwash getting game crossovers for DLC would be cool. Yeah, they really... It would fit very well with it, I think. I think it would be fun, but then you would have people arguing over what's considered canon at that point, and that's going to cause a giant amount of arguments, especially if we did a Fallout DLC, which honestly I think could be more possible just because with the Fallout show being so good and so popular. I don't think it's an impossibility. It's not likely, but they probably have a lot of other brands they can choose from, and they might go with other ones first that are cheaper, especially. I'm surprised they won't do, like, Disney-based ones, given that some of that stuff's in the public domain now. And they do, you know, Bambi, Popeye, all that kind of stuff. Because nowadays, people just make tons and tons of extremely low-budget horror movies based on all of that stuff. There was one... Oh my god, this is so dumb. It was basically a parody of the Cocaine Bear movie. But it was like a raccoon was the murderous animal. But the raccoon was like played by a human wearing, I guess, a giant raccoon suit or something. It was weird from what I saw of it. From when I saw like a How to Beat video of it, for that matter, because I didn't actually, I'm not going to go watch that. There's a lot of things they could definitely do for game crossovers. Like I've said before, just get ready for all the screaming and crying about Fallout lore when the TV series comes back. Especially for the fact that it's a weekly release, so that means that it's going to be like at least 8 weeks of people complaining about things getting changed or retconned. And that might also include me complaining about certain things, depending on if they do it well or if they actually screw anything up. Alright, we're over 70%. Let's go. Yeah, this job isn't quite as long as I was kind of expecting it to be. And we should be getting a lot closer to the end of the game, because there's probably only like another maybe 10 jobs at this point. Probably going to need to clean from higher up here in just a minute. Imagine if they did like a Powerwash South Park DLC or something. That would be pretty cool. And then Cartman tells you if you don't clean the house well enough, he'll make you eat your parents. That'd be pretty funny. That's the kind of thing I could see. Well, I don't know if they do that, because this is probably too family-friendly. Do we go inside of the house? No, we do not go inside of the house. Just the exterior, which is totally fine. Alright, so most of this whole deck area is all good, so it's mostly just the higher up areas. Alright, so we got that little part. Get up above this part of the... I guess that's part of a wing. I wonder if this is the same plane that... Didn't we clean a plane in the first game? But I don't think it was a big plane. I think it was a small plane. Like a crop duster style plane. I don't really remember. It's been a long time since I played that game's story. Alright, let's start climbing up to the top. Ooh, whole tail wing here. Let's clean up. Or I wonder if it's the private jet from the first game. It actually sort of resembles that. That'd be a cool thing to bring back if that's actually what this was. Arguments would happen if they did a Star Wars DLC. Yeah, arguments would happen, but I could definitely see him doing a Star Wars DLC. Like, it's a popular enough IP if they're able to get the rights to do it. So I'm sure that doesn't come cheap. Because I'm sure there's licensing rules on all of that. I don't know how any of that stuff works, but I'm assuming that there's rules and regulations for all of that. Alright, so that should be the entirety of the deck area cleaned, which is good. Alright, and now to clean the giant roof area. And we also missed the underside of that area, but we'll get it later. $75%, let's go. One job could be to clean the whole Death Star, a 10-hour plus job. Oh, God. I don't think they're quite that cruel. Yeah, I don't think they're quite that cruel. Because no jobs in the first game even were that long. Much less the ones in this game. These ones are generally a little bit shorter, but there's more of them. I would hope they wouldn't be cruel enough to do something like that, because that would be awful. $77%. wonder if we'll get another lore drop at 80 or not. I guess we'll see here in a minute. I think it's a Transformers and Powerwash. I could definitely see him do that. Again, it's going to come down to, like, licensing and stuff, but that's definitely one that would be a possibility. Would be pretty cool. I mean, there's so many things, honestly, that they could do crossovers for at this point. There's so much media out there they could do it for. Walking Dead, they could do that. I don't know, Walking Dead's kind of fallen off at this point, so I don't know, maybe they wouldn't do that. Trying to think of what other long-running shows there are. How they do one for Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I was reminded of that show recently, and I forget how good it is. Because that's a show that I only ever usually think about when me and Lizard Guy are hanging out. Because he'll, like, show clips of it, or we'll watch episodes of it and such. And it's such a good show. It's hilarious. I just don't really think about it that often. There's so many moments that we quote from it. I've never even watched, like, a full season of it at any point. I just watch, like, random episodes when I've gotten the chance to. That's where things like the rum ham that we were joking about when I was down there in Florida last year, visiting him, and we were streaming from there. That's what we're joking about with that. Rum ham! Rum ham! Rum ham! Blake Thrust knew all this before anyone else and destabilized the volcano a few years back trying to get some. And yeah, this is his plane, I think, so I suspect the big tech are moving in to succeed where he failed. So I guess they're trying to obtain that gem and more of that, basically, unobtainium. One-man drill destabilized the entire volcano. Imagine what an extensive mining rig could do. Yeah, that's a good question. This is also in California. Wouldn't they regulate the shit out of this to where it wouldn't happen? Okay, so I don't know if these are all separate. I think these might all be part of the same. No, they're not all part of the same. Alright, let's get the other side of this part of the plane. That should get us up to like 83% maybe, 82%. And some of it will just get from the ground, so that's totally fine. Now that we have this super power washer, basically, this high-tech one. Get all them little cracks cleaned out. That's what she said. That's what he said. I don't know who would say that actually normally. Actually, my coworker might be the one that would say that. She's hilarious because she just randomly blurts out very weird, random things, and it's usually really funny. I've told her she should try streaming or something because it would be entertaining, but she'd probably say something really bad and get canceled within like a month, if I had to guess. Let's see. Hey, TJ'd? Oh, that'd be sick. Yeah, the Transformers one, that'd be cool. I mean, again, there's so many media, so many types of media they could do. Oh yeah, speaking of media, I think that, like, a backyard sports game collection, so, like, the people that make backyard baseball, I think they're doing, like, a collection of remakes or remasters or something, or even just ports, that's coming out, like, in the next couple of days, which is crazy. Of course, it's not really a thing that I grew up with that much. I grew up on, like, other games than that. That's going to be cool and probably very nostalgic for a lot of people. That'll allow me to play that kind of a baseball game without having to play like Mario Baseball and put the retro achievement list. Because those Mario sports games have pretty challenging retro achievement lists from what I can tell. As do many of the party games. Really, a lot of games on there have challenging lists, as we know. Even the Scooby-Doo one was challenging. The first Scooby-Doo list, not the second one. The second one was easy. But I keep checking back there pretty much every day just to see what new lists are coming out, and recently it hasn't been anything of any significant interest to me. There's probably going to be a lot of PlayStation games for a little while at this point, between finishing this off and then Black Ops 7, and obviously there's also a SpongeBob game coming out next week. So between all those, a lot of future streaming for a while is probably going to be PS5 stuff. Even going back to Death Stranding at some point, though I don't know how much more that's going to get streamed when it does happen. I will get that platinum done someday, but in all honesty, there are other more pressing games to do right now, such as this one. And those other ones that are coming out that should be able to pull in some decent viewership compared to something like Death Stranding. Which is still a very good game, but at this point it's probably gotten a bit repetitive for people watching it, so... Okay, so we'll clean those undersides here later. Oh, this isn't clean yet, somehow. Ooh, we haven't cleaned these smokestacks, basically, yet. I also see the gnome in one of them. Kind of forgot about him. Been streaming Wolfenstein The New Order. Oh, yeah, I saw that, man. How are you? You're liking it? It's been a lot of fun. Okay. Yeah, that's a really fun game. I love The New Order. And I really liked the new Colossus the one time I played through it. Obviously not going for Mayan Lieben, but just playing through it for fun one time on stream like a number of years ago. It was a lot of fun. Youngblood we don't talk about. That's one series where there was a game that I wanted to do from the old days of the console, like from PS3 era, but it had online and it got shut down a number of years ago. And by the time I was going to go for it, it wasn't even tracking correctly, so it wasn't really worth risking. So I think that most of those are clean, so let's drop down here. Alright, let's get that underside. 87%, so we're closing in on 90. Probably no more lore until we finish off the job. Sides. Holy shit, that... Okay. Okay, I gotta say something here in a second. Can't wait for the new LEGO Ninjago sets in 2026, having its 15th anniversary. Oh, nice. Flintstones DLC? Flintstones DLC could be cool. It would fit very well. Buddy always comes in and says hi all the time. Oh, that's nice. So plan on doing Wolfenstein for Platinum 1000? I honestly don't know because it's not that rare anymore. It's not even a sub 1% anymore. I'd rather get a sub 1% for that Platinum. I have to look more through it, but I'd much rather do like a sub 1%. That Platinum, sure, it's still very much worthwhile to get, but not to the degree that it once was, now that more and more people have gotten it. Still like to do it someday, but it just might not be for that particular milestone, because that's got to be something special. And hell, who knows, by the time that Fallout 3 Remake or Remaster comes out, I might be closer to that number of Platinums, where I could do it for that number. Because it'd be very, like, yeah, it wouldn't be a difficult Platinum, but given that it holds so much significance for me, and the fact it was my first Platinum, it would be kind of cool to do for number 1000 if they did a Remake or Remaster at the right time. But obviously, if that game, if and when that comes out, that's going to be something I play on day one and probably, like, non-stop almost live stream to getting the Platinum for it. And then grind through a video of it. Outside of streaming, still making some progress on Goat Simulator 3. Still a hard Platinum, still super rare. Yeah, I mean, it is for sure, but just, like, I'd kind of rather get something rarer for that milestone. Because, like, technically Far Cry 2 for 500, technically it's not that hard of a Platinum. It's only like a 5-ish out of 10 overall, as long as you boost all the multiplayer. But it's so rare, it was by far my rarest Platinum at the time. And it still is my rarest Platinum, but at this point, I think both Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 2 even are inching closer to it, so... Black Ops 2 has gotten significantly rarer in the last, like, year. And even Black Ops 3 has gotten, I think, rarer as well. Okay, but me jumping a second ago was something I saw on my phone. It's a notification from Duolingo, because I haven't done my lesson yet for today. I know I'm being a bad Japanese scholar here. And I also fell off the roof, so thankfully there's no fall damage in this game. And it's a really creepy looking notification, like almost like trying to be like scaring you or something. Seems very unnecessary. It definitely got my attention though, so I guess it accomplished what it was trying to accomplish. I don't know if I have any freezes left, so I probably do need to do something before midnight. Is the tail all one piece? Nope, it's multiple pieces. Okay. Multiple dings. Multiple dings. Get those bolts. Alright, so the tail is mostly clean at this point. Still a few of those areas to get, though. Alright, and back up. Back up we go. Okay, that's good. That all looks good. Still says there's... Oh, wait. There's something. Yep, there's a spot. Big spot. There we go. Alright, tail's good. All of these logs, for the most part, are good. Except maybe the top one. Just gotta clean the other side here. Gonna have to put the bell on because you still do not see live. Really? That's weird. Although I know that, like, all the shinies, for some reason, a lot of his videos recently are, like, not showing up in my subscription feed at all, even when I had all notifications on. And apparently I wasn't the only one that they were doing it to. So it could just be YouTube screwing up again and the algorithm being completely fucking broken. Again. Platinum's a 1.56, German is a 3.1, Cold War has gotten rarer, it's a 1.8. Yeah, it really has gone down. Not surprised for Cold War, especially with Party Patrol. Oh yeah, I mean, that one at least does make sense. And Black Ops 2, I guess, makes sense because of that one unobtainable trophy, so anyone new that decides to jump on and play the game automatically makes that Platinum rarer, even if they get everything else. Party Patrol isn't the rarest trophy, it's the return with Fidelina. Yeah, but, like, Party Patrol, like, still, most people I don't feel like are going to boost that or want to bother with that if they're playing the game. Unless they're specifically going to play it for trophies. Which I guess about the same thing could be said with Dead Ops Arcade, honestly, so that probably was kind of a pointless argument. Thankfully now over 90%, so there's sort of something buzzing around me. It's probably a skeeter. A skeeter. I don't like those things. They are absolutely evil. Time to drop onto the other side of the roof. Should get some progress quickly, then the last handful of percentage is going to take forever, isn't it? I got these smokestacks cleaned up a little bit. At least I assume that's what they're using them for, because it looks like it's built into a chimney. %. So getting closer. Slowly but surely getting there. It's still a long job, but not as long as some of the ones in this game, in all honesty, so I get inside of the little cracks and crevices and crannies and all that, whatever words you use for it. Surprising, because the advanced start and first person being in the game for a while now. You'd rather do Party Patrol 50 times than Dead Ops 3 Arcade again? I don't know about that, honestly. Like, maybe not 50 times. Maybe like 10 times. Definitely not 50, though. That's just absurd. Ready for Dead Ops 4? Yep. Yep, we gotta get ready for it. Convinced Cold War will be your rarest platinum on your account. No intentions of playing new COD games again. They absolutely suck. Oh yeah, they're not fun, but I have to keep doing it because they keep adding them as DLCs. As long as COD HQ is a thing, they're going to keep adding them as DLCs. So I have no choice but to do them. I am not looking forward to this new one. This looks mega annoying. I mean, aside from the campaign being like a joke this time around, except maybe for that endgame mode, which I'm really not looking forward to either. And the zombies will probably be fun, though, and we're getting a transit-style map for the first map, so maybe it'll at least be kind of fun. The zombies part, at least, not necessarily any of the other stuff. I know the multiplayer is going to be a disaster. I think there's literally, like, an item that's meant to be used for wall hacking, wall banging, whatever you want to call it. Shooting through walls. I think there's literally, like, an item or a kill streak that's meant to allow you to do that. Hinted at in the trophy list, and I think I remember seeing it during the beta, when people were posting clips of the beta. Alright, that one's good. And that one's good. And there's still this hatch area. Oh, hang on. Oh, no, that's just the gnome up there, so that's not anything important. $96. Almost there. We'll get there. I'm surprised we didn't unlock another job in the middle of this one, because normally we do. Apparently not this time, though. Just realized the COD HQ PS5 trophy list is back to 0%. Cold War PS4 being rare makes sense, just like COD Ghost game was next. Yeah, that definitely does make sense. Wonder what it will get to when the game's been out for a bit. I think you're around 0.5%. Yeah, like, it's such a rare completion at this point. Because hardly anyone out there has the patience to do all these games multiple times. I am one of those few, so far. I don't know how bad this one's going to be. Because I am proud that I still do have most of the COD games done at this point. Like, it's really just declassified, which I will do at some point. I know I've talked about it for like a year now. I will do it at some point when I have the time to do it, or the patience to hook up the PS TV and everything. It is one that I will do. Advanced Warfare PS3 is a possibility, but it's not likely. Black Ops 3 PS3, of course, is unobtainable. I almost fell off again. And Black Ops 4 is just not going to happen, because I don't have the time for that. Far too time-consuming. And far too annoying with the Battle Royale mode. Back in an era when Battle Royale was kind of a more popular thing, of course. Just not something I want to suffer through. Right, up to 97%. We still got this bit of the plane down here and those wings over there. There we go. This bottom one's probably going to need to be cleaned from the bottom. $98. And we're starting to get the little orange markers appear on the screen, so that's good. Emeru came back. She's doing pretty well. That's good, then. She was the one that got assaulted, right? At, like, TwitchCon or something. Someone actually autopop Black Ops 7 in 11 seconds, so they were clearly hacking. Wow, okay. Not even trying to hide it. Like, what's the point of hacking Platinums? I really just don't get it. Like, yeah, you can have a little bit of clout for, like, a little while until they catch you and ban you. I just don't really understand what the purpose of it is. I mean, what do you get out of that yourself as well for doing that? Like, is there any real benefit to yourself for doing that? guess maybe if you wanted to have like 100% account or something and couldn't, that's maybe the only reason I would potentially see people wanting to do it. But even so, it's still, you know, cheating, so it means nothing. For some reason this plane makes me think of the Madagascar movie, because they like the lemurs like lived out of a plane in Madagascar. And I just think of, I like to move it, you like to move it, she like to move it, you like to move it. I haven't seen that movie in forever though. I still remember doing the game though, because the third game had a trophy list, and the second game probably has a retro achievement list. I'm sure the first one has a retro achievement list, actually. It's probably going to be like 100% in the game, which was actually quite a bit, from what I remember. And we're up to 99%. Perfect. So we are almost done with this job. Move on to something else. See if I can get that part over there. Perfect. Probably up the side. Oh, okay, well. There's still a few parts of this plane then. That's probably going to be the last thing we clean. Then there's this little area over here. Okay. Lots of dings. I like it. Surprised there's still anything over here that wasn't cleaned. Thought I got this area pretty well. Apparently not. The upper ledge. Right there. This thing also needs more. Probably run on top of it. Okay, then that's good. Alright, shouldn't have more. Oh, there's something. Right there, I can see it. Got it. And this one has a little bit more that needs cleaning. Perfect. Every beam is progress, so... And we also got to get the top of these wings, so... Let's see where I'm going to be able to set up the ladder at for that. Okay, I'm probably just going to need to use the scissor lift for that then. Which is fine. We can do that. Ooh, side of that window needs a little bit more. Perfect. So Larry needs another run through. And I might as well just move the scaffolding over at this point. Actually, auto-pop the entirety of COD HQ in 11 seconds. Don't even know how that's possible. By hacking, of course. Now, I don't know anything about being able to hack stuff, but I'm sure that there's a way to do it. Although I still see the constant, like, people trying to justify the idea that we should be able to either hack or have a way to obtain Black Ops 2's online trophy, the one where the big leagues trophy, where you have to do the matches in that one game mode that's no longer there, the league play mode. I see people calling for that constantly, for it to, like, not be considered a flaggable offense. And, like, I get where people are coming from on it. Like, it was kind of a shitty thing for the company to do, to make it no longer obtainable, like, out of nowhere, really. But at the same time, if you allow people to still get it nowadays, it means it basically completely devalues it for all the people that did it legitimately. Oh, is this thing not clean yet? I see constant calls from, like, people wanting to make that one not be a problem like that. Where you don't get banned for it, or considered allowed, or something like that, or... I mean, you can't get in custom servers, though, or anything like that, the way you can with some games, so it would have to be done through hacking, I believe. I mean, I have unobtainable games on my profile. Don't leave me crying about it. Sure, I would have loved to have had a 100% account, but it's not something that's going to happen. And again, I'm not going to go out and cry about it. Okay, so those two extensions need a little bit, so where is my scaffolding? I'll bring it on over here. I love how you can just drag it through the walls like that. How are the Lego Ninjago PS Vita Platinums? They aren't too bad, did them as well. I've done at least one of them. I might have done two of them at this point. I mean, most of the Lego Vita Platinums are easy. There's one or two that just run like just absolute dog shit on there, so those are the ones that I would probably avoid. Like one of the Marvel ones, I think, just completely runs like ass on there, so... Okay, so we still got the tops of the plane over there, the wings. And then still potentially something on there. Alright, let's get to the top of the wings, and that should be the vast majority of what we have left. Be a little bit more on this no, I don't think so. It might just be this, mainly. And gotta do some parkour, but that's okay. Oh yeah, that seems like a big chunk of the remaining percentage here. Okay, that one's good. What about this one? Alright, 3 to go, 3 to go. Wing flap and 2 pieces of the staircase. Okay, so what's missing on the staircase here? Okay, that's done. Oh, down here. Okay, so this isn't good. Okay, that's done. Now just a staircase rail and another wing flap. Okay. Alright, we're almost done with another job, folks. And done! Let's go! I think I did both. Yeah, maybe I did do both. Just hit Black Ops 2 from PSN profiles just for the... Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't care about PSN profiles at this point. No harm in getting you back to the Fortune Mine to clean up the mining dump truck. When can I get you here? That looks like a shorter job. I'll take it. Only 2 Lego Vita games you got left are Hobbit and Batman 3. Very nice. Yeah, you are close to being done then with those. Alright, so let's head back to base. Sprucey, I think we just might have found evidence of something truly significant. She'll ask if you can just send one of your time-lapse videos and we'll pay you the cash. Ping you the cash, okay. Anything interesting on Tribals, let us know. Interesting. So they are seeing something that they find interesting. Okay, yep, only one job currently available, so let's go start looking at everything here. Let's see if we can fully upgrade this guy. Oh, there's the triple tip nozzle. Let's go. And that one we also need, so that's why we can't get that one yet. Okay, let's get the super extension here. And might as well rebuy a couple of the things for this old washer, because we need them all eventually anyway. Any new washer cosmetics for me to buy? Nope. Outfit cosmetics. Yep, a couple of new ones. I wonder if there's enough power wash points in the game. Probably. Alright, that's good. Okay, so what's up next? The mining dump truck. That looks like a relatively easy one. Surprised we haven't gotten another LEGO Ninjago game. Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised too, for sure. Don't care about leaderboards, care about playing good games. That's fair. Still making more shows. Yeah, that is a little surprising we haven't gotten one, because we got the one for the movie, and that was about it. So yeah, this is such a creepy icon from Duolingo telling me to go do my streak before the day runs out. That's actually, like, really creepy looking. It's, like, just dark-ass red. Like, beyond blood red with dark, just, like, dark, creepy owl eyes for some reason. That seems, like, very much beyond what it needs to be. But okay, Duolingo, you caught my attention, so I'll do that. And I gotta use the bathroom, so I'll be right back here. I'm gonna knock out my Duolingo lesson and use the bathroom real quick, so be right back. Alright, much better. Finished my lesson. So now this thing will stop looking like really fucking weird and creepy. And let's go ahead and sync the trophies, because you guys are talking about PSN profile, so I can go ahead and look at where I set it on some stuff here in a second. Talking about leaderboards, same for you, Cassie, but you're somehow top, basically 6,300 in the country. I haven't looked at mine in a while, because, I mean, I go for so many retro achievement stuff now. Nothing new that's interesting on the home page right now. Anything new on retro achievements? Nothing that I actually care about. Yeah, I'm ranked 632nd in the US. Top 3,400 in the world. There was a time when I was much higher ranked than that. Like, I was top 1,000, I think, at one point. But that involved a lot of shovelware being done back in the day. Pretty much had to back in the day, and pretty much have to nowadays if you want to get to that ranking. Thanks for taking this job on. I know it's not easy getting all the way out here despite the NDA. You're still technically trespassing, but in truth, the deluded Sponge Valley bigwigs behind this rig are all running around like dogs with tails for heads, so no one's going to notice you. That's a really weird way to say all that. Hoping you got something proper to cut through this heavy-duty grime. Well, thankfully, I have a full-level power washer. The best power washer in the game, one of the two. And I have infinite soap in this game. So it is cutting right through that dirt and grime. Ooh, this is going to be one with a lot of dinging, isn't it? So this thing represents everything that's wrong with these Sponge Valley hot shots. When I signed up for this gig, they said we'd be filling this truck with gems and we'd all be rich. Sounds like every other company out there in the world. Promise you everything and then give you nothing once you get there. And demand that you worship the ground they walk on for hiring you. We're already 6% of the way in, so yeah, this is going to be a quicker job. So we really haven't popped many trophies tonight, because pretty much everything's been in jobs that didn't have trophies involved. I do not mind cleaning the vehicles, though, because they go by so much faster, so much easier to clean. And more dinging is always a good thing. 10% of the way there already, 11, 12%. On 28,000 worldwide. Nice. What's with every store playing Christmas music right after Halloween? It's like everyone forgets about Thanksgiving, sadly, and I love Thanksgiving. Mostly because I get to eat a lot of really good food. Just be a total glutton for the day. And because we get the day off of work. Oftentimes a couple of days off of work, so good all around in all honesty. Don't do shovelware anymore, but somehow still high on the leaderboard. That's pretty good then. Yeah, it's not even Thanksgiving. Like, we'll start playing All I Want for Christmas. Oh god, I've heard that so many times. You've only heard it once so far? Okay, once so far this year I could see, because it was literally just Halloween, like a week and a half ago. I would hear it like at least a couple of times a day, most years. It's like, there is such thing as overplaying a song. It's like what they used to do with Adele back in the day. They used to just completely overplay the hell out of her on the radio back in the day. Like, even the country stations are not, like, absurdly Taylor Swift obsessed at this point. Like, they'll talk about her, sure, but they don't, like, just play Taylor Swift. I don't even hear a song of hers every day. Like, not even every day. Might be the hours I'm driving, but still. I would also be a little bit nervous, like, being underneath this thing, because, like, if it somehow starts moving for any reason, you might be dead, like, very quickly. I mean, sure, you got this little trench to hide in, but you gotta hope it doesn't change directions at all and crush ya. Okay, we're up to 20% here in just a second, so let's see if we get a lore drop. We do. They had us digging so far deep into the volcano searching for this stuff, and we ain't found zip. So these guys are also looking, presumably, for the stuff related to the mountain, the volcano. Truck's still completely empty, and now they're calling the whole thing off. Well, I hope you get to expense out this power washing job, and not have to pay for it yourself. As long as you get to expense it out, it shouldn't matter for you. %. Let's go. Thanksgiving is one time of the year everyone can be happy. Yeah. And I love Thanksgiving. Like I said before, I love this holiday. You'll hear Sabrina Carpenter pretty regularly. I mean, I don't listen to any, like, pop stations, but that doesn't surprise me at all. One of my co-workers, she's going all the way out to LA to hear Sabrina in concert. I think also to see some, like, friends or family out there. But she's flying out there for that concert. It's like, I don't fully get the obsession with her, because I feel like the obsession with her came out of, like, absolutely nowhere, like, a year ago. I feel like it honestly just popped up out of almost nowhere. And don't get me wrong, she's extremely pretty. She has a good voice. I don't really get the full-blown obsession. Yeah, I don't listen to any of the pop stations, so... But then again, some of the things that currently qualify for country are sure as hell not country. Listening to her back... Really? God, I don't remember ever hearing about her until, like, a year or two ago. That's crazy. I mean, it's probably partially because I almost exclusively listen to country, so... That's probably a big part of why, but again, like, a lot of things that we call country these days are definitely not country. Relatively popular that time. Dang, that's crazy. 'Cause I don't remember hearing about her at all back then. Some of the things that are supposed to be country definitely are not. Like, Dasha's one of them. She's the one that sang that song Austin that had some country-ish tones to it, but then, like, whatever her album is now was, like, just not country in the slightest. It's so clearly just, like, pop and, like, acting like a slut, I'm gonna say. A lot of her lyrics. Little teen back then, 17 or 18. Oh, okay. God, yeah, I forgot she's young, too. She's really young. Or fairly young. And we're up to almost 30%, so we'll see if we get a lore drop here. If we don't get another one until 40. Probably not until 40, if I had to guess. Yep, not until 40. Okay. She's like 26 now. Okay, so she's not that much younger than me then. I do remember, though, she was in a movie that my ex, the crazy drug addict girl, had me watch at one point. Well, we watched it together, so... I actually remember her being in that movie as an actress. Yeah, I swear I don't really remember, like, anything about her being a singer until, like, a year or two ago, so... But again, I mean, I don't listen to pop, so it's entirely possible. We're closing in on that 40%, so that's good. The Hate You Give. I never saw that one. She was in... It was a rom-com. It was like Tall Girl or something was the name of it. And it was so... It was a really stupid movie. It was like, oh, none of the guys want to date this one girl in high school because she's so tall. And by tall, I mean like 6'1" or 6'2", which is obviously tall for a female, but... Tell me there was no guy in their school that was that tall on the basketball team or something. We definitely had multiple people that were that tall or taller. And above that, the girl that was super tall is like a straight up supermodel in the real world, so I can promise you she ain't gonna be having any trouble finding a boyfriend if she wants one. Just stupid shit like that. Not even like a Hallmark movie, just stupid stuff like that. She was on Nickelodeon. 5 feet tall, what they talking about? No, I was talking about the different actress in that movie. She was like a supporting actress in the movie. And we got everyone spooked, though. Whenever we dug lately, everything's come back real dirty. Only said this thing to the mine yesterday and look at the side of it. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, she was like a supporting actress in it. That's the only thing I remember her from, though. The actual tall girl actress was like 6'1" or 6'2". So we're definitely digging into a bit of a mystery here. It looks like we now got a company trying to exploit whatever this new natural resource is, and that's presumably what this was tied to. But I guess they were unsuccessful so far. I don't even know if it's companies, I don't know if it's government, or if it's just the same private individual from the past game, or what. I'm definitely going to need to watch like a couple of lore videos of this once I'm done with the game. Of both this and the first game, for that matter, especially the first game. It's been so long since I played the story of that game, a few years at this point. But thankfully, we don't need the soap that much here, because honestly, this new power washer does most of the work for us. Don't know why they wouldn't want a tall girlfriend. I can get it for some, like, really short guys. I could definitely see it potentially, but, like, if you have a girlfriend taller than you, you don't care. I don't really care either. And, like, it's also the fact... It's not just the fact that she's tall and them not wanting to date her that annoyed me. It was the fact that the chick was a straight-up supermodel, basically. And you're really going to tell me that no shorter guy would go for her? One with supermodel looks? Because they're intimidated by the height? Come on now. You don't know how high school boys are if you think that. Which, speaking of rom-coms, I remember there's two things in that I need to bring up for a second. For one, they made one about Aruba, like a year or two ago, or actually no, it was probably close to the pandemic. Just called Love in Aruba that I found just randomly scrolling on TV one time, which was pretty funny because that's, of course, where my family had gone to vacation a bunch of times. It was very much your typical rom-com, but it was just funny to see one set mostly in Aruba. Like, probably recorded during the pandemic, so it was mostly empty there. And then, here's a more ridiculous one, though. There's one based on the Harvest Moon video games. I wish I was joking, but that's actually a thing. Yeah, there's some rom-com based on the Harvest Moon video games. Like, very loosely based on the Harvest Moon video games. I don't get that one at all. That's a really random choice. Because that's a farming simulator. And you made a rom-com out of it. I don't know about that one. I haven't actually watched it, though. Maybe it's... I don't know if it has any references to the games, or if it's just literally just using the name to try to maybe get a few more sales and clicks. Just never happened in real life. No guy in some high school... Yeah, no guy in high school, or very few guys in high school would reject someone like that. Yeah, the Harvest Moon one was hilarious because it's like, is this based on the video game? Apparently it is. Very loosely. It's the weirdest thing I've encountered in my entire career, and I've seen some weird stuff, believe me. Are you going to elaborate on that? For example, I was once down in a mine in Canada and found water that was over 2 billion years old, and why would you taste it? Why would you risk tasting it? It's probably been stagnant for potentially 2 billion years, which would probably give you all kinds of exotic bacteria. Probably is not a good idea, sir. Drink 2 billion-year-old water. Yeah, that one was pretty funny. I need to see if that one's ever going to be on TV and actually watch it. And see if it has anything to do with the games at all, or if it's just borrowing the name. I'm assuming it's just a very straight-up, like, standard Hallmark movie with the exact same structure as literally all the other millions of them. But I would just be curious because it's named after a video game to see if they tried to tie it in at all. Oh yeah, apparently there was a big trailer release for the Super Mario Galaxy movie. I haven't watched it yet, but I've got it saved to my watch later, so I need to watch it at some point. Definitely excited for that, because, I mean, the Mario movie from, what was it, 2023? I think it was 2023, was really, really good, honestly. I liked it a lot. Had a lot of fun watching that. It's got a lot of potential for future ones, too. It's got Charlie from Always Sunny in Philadelphia playing as Luigi, and Jack Black surprisingly doing a good job as Bowser. And apparently the second Simpsons movie is going to release on the same day as the second Minecraft movie, so they're already trying to make a meme out of that. The Simpson Craft or something. The Simp Craft. The Minesons. I don't know what they're going to do, like the Barbenheimer thing. The Gentle Minions, or of course, fucking Chicken Jockey. At least I finally got to watch that movie on the plane flight to Japan, so I finally figured out what all the references were. Why everyone was joking about it so much. Prefer action, thriller, war, crime. Oh yeah, I don't watch rom-coms. That was just a random thing that happened because the girl I was dating at the time thought that all relationships should be like rom-coms, which is delusional as all hell. No relationship is that perfect, that clean and perfect. Alright, this job's starting to slow down a little bit, so this one might be longer than I thought it was. So are all movie genres that a large majority of male audiences watch. Yeah, I mean, I watch a lot of those. I also like things that are fairly comedic, maybe not full-blown comedies, but at least somewhat comedic. I like a good chance to laugh. And one of my all-time favorite movies is Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby, which it's a Will Ferrell movie. It's a comedy. It's a NASCAR movie as well. I don't know, that one's always been one of me and my family's like all-time favorites. That's one of our Christmas traditions, is on Christmas Eve. We play board games and watch that movie. Usually something else afterward. Like Top Gun or something. Okay, so I may need to use some soap on the actual tires. Oh, look at that. I just realized it spells it with the British spelling of it. That's kind of cool. I just realized that. T-Y-R-E. It's a British spelling of it. Female audiences watch romance, drama, and comedy. Yeah, romance and drama for sure. But again, like I said, I don't mind a comedy every now and then. Not a rom-com, but just like something that's funny. I like getting to laugh at things. I mean, the South Park movie is fucking legendary. That's the one I went to see last year in theaters for like its 25th anniversary or whatever it was. And it was the sing-along version, which I didn't know when I went into the theater. It's like when they were going through the announcements at the beginning of it, it's like, oh yeah, this is the sing-along version. And we had a good time in there. Everyone in there had a very good time. Back in the days when South Park was still really, really good. Which, like, they still hit some good moments in the modern day. It's just nothing quite as legendary as some of the older episodes. We're getting close to 60%, which should be another lore drop. The game's starting to have lag issues. Which someone mentioned maybe if you turn off the autosave, that might actually fix the lag issues, so I might do that at some point. Yeah, these tires are being a little bit problematic with everything that they need. Get underside. Awesome. Need some dings. We're almost at 60%. Let's see what our next lore drop is going to be. Assume we're going to get one at 60% at least. I would think so. The inside of this tire. That still has a lot of stuff on it. Still stuck at that 59% somehow. Surprisingly, it's cleaning off the rust or whatever that is, so I don't know if it's actually rusted or not, but it's actually cleaning it off just fine, so. Get the underside of this one. Ooh, didn't get right in there yet. That lag is really unfortunate, though. I was hoping they would fix that going into this game, but apparently they didn't at all. You prefer short women. It's the reason why most guys like movies like Fight Club and most women like 50 Shades of Grey, true. About them being short makes it find them attractive. And yeah, that's fair. I mean, like, I don't have too much of a preference with that because I'm fairly tall myself, and especially, like, you know, Japanese girls are much shorter. Ooh, the fun fair. Yes, that is one of the jobs that has multiple trophies tied to it, actually, so that's good. We can go do that soon. I tend to go for girls that are a little bit taller, or on the taller side, because, like, out of the 4 girlfriends I've had, I would say at least, yeah, 3 of them probably were, like, 5'6" to 5'8", or 5'9", even. Most of them were relatively close to me in height. The only one that wasn't was, ironically, the one that I was with the longest back during the pandemic. She was like 5'5", maybe, 5'6", which still isn't really that short in the grand scheme of things. And I've gone on dates with women that were like 5 foot tall, but never had a relationship with one of them. Height doesn't matter that much in my case. It'd be nice to have someone again. It's been a while. As long as they aren't crazy and addicted to freaking drugs again. That's a very important lesson learned. Even if it's just marijuana, you can still get addicted to it, apparently. And not be a nice type of stone. And I don't know, I've never tried it, so I don't know how it's supposed to make you feel, but I feel like that's probably not how it's supposed to make you feel. So we do have a new job available, so might jump over to that when we get a little closer to being done here. This one does have a lot of little tiny parts to it. It's going to take a while to get through. Kind of want to at least earn some... Well, no, it's only like 11:15, so we got some time left, so... Even Titanic. Oh, God, Titanic. I know that's, like, one of my dad... My dad actually really likes that movie, but it's, like... It's literally just a boomer movie. It's, like... you have this many, many tens of millions of dollars necklace, and you drop it into the water because you had a one-night stand with a guy on the Titanic, and you dropped it over the water where that happened at. And then you die and go to some Titanic heaven where everyone's serving you, and you're back with whatever the guy's name is, Leonardo DiCaprio. I don't know why I blanked out on his name there. Instead of, you know, leaving the jewel either for a museum or for generational wealth or all those good things that you could use it for. Nope, you banged a guy for one night on the Titanic and now you want to drop that over where he died at. Because that makes sense to someone out there. Again, very boomer thing to do. Getting a lot of matches on Tinder and Bumble these days. I've gotten a few. I might have a date this weekend, so from Hinge specifically. But we'll see how that ends up going. Take the edibles often, never in a mood where you take them. You just always calm and mellow, taking a 30-day break from it. Well, honestly, as long as you're not like an angry high person, stoner, I don't really care that much. But like, again, the ex was just fucking crazy. And like, she was not a happy stoner. I mean, she took it through vaping, like a vape pen or something. And through the occasional edibles as well. I was fairly pro-marijuana before I dated her, and that turned me a little bit against it, just because of the very bad experience I had with someone, so... It could have also just been the fact that she was a full-blown narcissist, and maybe the marijuana brought that out more in her, I don't know. Who knows, but that is all water under the bridge. That was a long time ago at this point. It's just funny to laugh at times. Alright, we're at 70%, let's go. I might get this one to 80%, then we might jump over to the Funhouse, just so we can at least get started on it and get the trophies for it. Back in the day, you would have understood it, but in this economy, nah, that's ruthless, yeah. More focused on the one girl in college, but haven't seen her for a few weeks. She messages you sometimes, but almost never get a response. Gotcha. I don't know if I'd say fully give up on her, like at least leave the door open, but definitely consider, you know, pursuing other opportunities if they come your way. Always leave the door open, but definitely if you think you might be able to get a different opportunity that's better, think about that for sure. Okay, that was really weird. It completely died for a second there. It hasn't done that before. I think that's just the thing about OBS, is it just does that sometimes. It's nowhere near as drastic as I've had in the past on my old laptop, but... well, I hope it comes back, because it says it reconnected, but it actually must have gone out for more than like a second this time. Come on. Nope, it's fully reconnected. It just needs to catch up, I think. Okay, OBS is good. YouTube, why are you not receiving it? Why are you not receiving YouTube? Okay, there it goes. That was annoying. I don't know why it shows to disconnect there, but it did. Fair, both of you have been really busy, so I guess it makes sense. Yeah, I mean, college can be a busy time, especially if you both got tough majors. Only asked 2 girls in college, that's about it. I didn't ask many. I don't know the exact number, but it wasn't a ton. Most of them were from dating apps. Okay, yeah, it's working now. That was super weird. I think that's just an OBS thing. OBS is probably not, like, the greatest thing in the world, so... I think that's just kind of a thing that happens, unfortunately, with it. Definitely not going to ask out some random girl on the street. And yeah, I don't blame you. You're not wrong, because, like, you see all those TikToks where the girls are like, oh, why I'm dressed up like this, why won't men come and approach me and ask me out? Like, what happened to being a man or whatever? And it's like, it's simply because you would probably try to call us out for being, like, sexual predators or something. Because that's what so many of them do these days. Not all of them, but there's a lot of them that are just, like, clout chasers and stuff these days. They'll try to act that way, and then if anyone does approach them, they'll try to shame them on social media for being predatory or something. So yeah, it's not even worth trying to approach a girl really in public a lot of the time. Well, then I also don't have a whole lot of confidence, so that's also part of the problem. I mean, it's certainly not all girls. It's probably not even a majority of them. It's probably just the ones that are, like, actively online on, like, TikTok and stuff and just trying to get clicks and everything. It's probably mostly just them. How that stain was on there so badly, but okay. Alright, we're almost 75%, so yeah, once we hit 80%, I might jump over to the other job, and we'll finish out the stream on that one. And I can finish the jobs off-stream as needed, as trophies come in. And then we'll be fairly close to the end of the game at that point. There's not that many jobs left at that point. About to hit 75%. We also got to clean the top of the cap over there. We can get that in a second. And we're at 75. Let's go. A little bit more and we can start on the fun house job. Ooh, still the outside of that railing's pretty dirty. I think that the outside of all the railings is fairly dirty right now. Recommend a guy to not take advice from their mom when it comes to girls, since their advice is very outdated. Yeah, because my parents haven't really dated in, you know, what, 35 years at this point, so I haven't dated anyone else in even longer than that. Because they met in high school. Now, they didn't marry right out of high school or anything like that, but they met back in high school. Why is there a random, like, doll in the front seat here? Not even doll, but stuffed animal. Bit of a random choice, but okay. No judgment, just curious. Just want to know why. Can I actually open the door? No, I cannot. Oh, why it doesn't want me to walk out on this ledge, though. Try to come out here, it just, like, doesn't work right. Okay, that box is good. Alright, get the stairs right here. And down there. "76%. Get the axle, get the parts of the tire that I haven't gotten before. Get the other side of the railing. And I haven't gotten this one yet entirely, so let's get it. Ooh, haven't cleaned any of that part. Okay, there's a bunch in there. A bunch of grime. And I'm still going to get the top of the tire, so I'm going to have to bring over the step ladder for that most likely. Which is fine, we can do that, no problem. I'll probably just do that later on, probably off stream, we're just finishing off this job. Alright, we're up to 77%, so probably better off just to jump on top of this whole thing and clean off the top of it at this point, just to clean it out a little bit faster. That can go well, usually from Mom, nah, never. Well, I think it kind of depends, though, because, again, like, my parents haven't dated anyone else for, 35 plus years, and things have changed so much that, honestly, I don't know if either of them are going to give that good of advice. And those lights seem to be good. And get the underside of this. That might... no, I don't think it is enough. Still more on this somewhere. I don't know where, though. Oh, on the actual stairs, duh. And on the light, and the corner there, perfect. Awesome, that's good. And see if we can get the outside here. Should be looking a lot better at this point. Yep, that's done. A little bit of that trim still needs some cleaning. Got it. And that's good. So this staircase is done, or ladder, whatever you want to call it, but the background is not, so... Okay, that's good. And that's clean. Ooh, missed a little part there, but that's good. Okay, more clean. Getting all them dings going off. I'm loving it. Loving them dings. Tire, all these upper areas up here, all cleaned. Alright, let's jump up top and get some progress done up there. Ooh boy, yep, that's got a lot to do. Looks like any dating advice from your parents, definitely outdated pretty much. Go to college, get a job, and they'll think you'll be a magnet. Nah, it's not quite that simple these days, unfortunately. Ooh, here we go. What are they saying? Just met up with an old volcanologist buddy, Calvin, passing through here. He says he knows you. Okay, is that a reference to the first game, or... Also says there are seismic readings in the area off the charts, even beyond the levels recorded when Rushless blew, but nothing's happening. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to save the world again, aren't we? Where's all the energy going? Maybe a secret earthquake machine? Or a secret machine trying to harness the power of earthquakes and volcanic eruptions for electricity? Which honestly would be like a really smart idea if you could actually make it happen. We're over 80%, but I'm going to keep going up to like 90% and make sure there's not another bit of dialogue there, so I don't think there will be, but just in case. Let's see if we get more dialogue at 90. Probably not, but just in case, don't want to miss it. Lag is real, though. The lag is definitely annoying. Alright, we're at 90% and no new dialogue, so I think we're going to move on to the fun house at this point. There's not that many more things to clean, though, because it's giving me the notification thing here. Oh, we can at least... Let me see how long this is going to take, because we might be able to finish this one before we jump to the fun house. After the fun house, though, there's not a whole lot of jobs left, so... Probably only like 2 more streams at this point. Have this game done. Yeah, already up to 93, so... Yeah, probably 2 more streams will finish out this game, which is crazy. Say, honestly, at the point where just tease the girls if they try to pull something stupid with you. Dad never went to college and didn't have money. Mom fell in love with him anyway. But yeah, things used to be very different. Now you gotta have a 6-figure income, a 6-pack, be at least 6 feet tall, be a 10 out of 10 in looks, and all that kind of stuff, it seems like. Alright, 95%. We actually might be able to just go and finish this job. There's not a whole lot of things left to clean. 96%? Yeah. We'll be at 98% by the time we clean out the top of this thing. Alright, got that part. Now let's get the outside here. Some dings, that's good. Let's get the bottom here. All them dings. 98%. Still at 98%. Oh, that's an abseiler down there, isn't it? Actually gave us an abseiler for this job for some reason. Can we go ahead and start getting some dings for this area? It seems like it should be about done by now. Okay, that's good. Still 98% though. Missing a lot of stuff underneath. And just get the edge. The other edge, and then there's another edge out here, plus the top of the tire. Alright, there we go. We're starting to get more dings. We're at 99%. Let's go. Ooh, that's a lot of little things to clean. Better off not being in college right now and just making money in the stock market. Oh, it's probably better to do both just so you have the education in case it's ever something really helpful. I lived in Mexico at the time, and most people who lived there were broke too. Gotcha. 6 figures isn't enough. 6 figures depends on where you are in the country. I mean, you're in New York, so it's different from down here. You can live on a lot less down here. Okay, a year can't cut it anymore unless you're making maybe 130 or above. Yeah, I mean, it depends on where you live. Because down here, you can live on a lot less than 100,000. Not necessarily going to be, like, the best life possible, but you can live on less, so. Rural and suburban South Carolina are not the same as New York and New York City. Or like where my parents live in, you know, extremely rural North Carolina. You can live on a lot less than that. But it's also extremely rural North Carolina. And there's a lot of other negatives that come from living somewhere like that. All them dings. Okay, let's get the top of this tire, get the little spots here. Okay, that tire's good. What about this other tire? Okay, that one's good, so it's cleaning pretty quickly now. Yeah, it's definitely different in other states. Some jobs only pay 16 to 18 an hour. That's what a lot of decent jobs down here pay. Well, I would say decent, but I wouldn't necessarily say they're decent anymore. Lower tier jobs probably do pay that much, though. Down here. Yeah, you can live a lot cheaper down here, so. There are not a lot of people making 100K a piece around here. And I work with a lot of doctors that all certainly are, but normal everyday people, definitely not. There's still stuff on the inside of that tire. It's like my mortgage is like $900 a month for a 3-bedroom, 2.5-bathroom townhome. I can't imagine how much that'd be in New York. I mean, that doesn't include like utilities and stuff, but it's still much cheaper down here. Ooh, the underside of those lights has not been cleaned. Let's see if we can get them. All them dings, let's go. I'm loving it. Keep doing the dinging. More dings. I need more dings. Need that dopamine. All those dings. Let's keep going. More dings. Yes, more dinging. Keep going. Okay, there cannot be that many more things that need to be cleaned. Ooh, this thing does. And again, I would not want to be crawling up underneath a giant truck like this. I'd be very worried about it, like, running me over. Losing its brakes and running me over. Probably the tops of those pipes need it, don't they? Yep. There's a spot. Okay, a light. And how are there still things left? I feel like we've dinged a million things at this point. Stuff right here. There's a spot right there that wasn't clean at all. Honestly, don't even blame people that do or that sell drugs to survive. I can see why people would need to do it in a lot of places. I can definitely see why people would need to do it, or use OnlyFans or something. I can definitely see why people would need it. Alright, we've got to be getting close by this point. I feel like we've washed everything. Trim. Ooh, it might be the front of this that still needs something, actually. Well, no, I'm pretty sure I cleaned that part pretty well, so... Right here still needs something. This side still needs a little bit. This thing still needs a little bit, but it's not much. Getting plenty of dings still, but still not to the end of this level somehow. Pipe still is not somehow clean. Ooh, that little thing needs a bit. Yeah, there's several bits of dust on that. Okay, got another ding, but... God, how many things are left on here? Jeez, there's still like another... like 20 things. I don't know how. Yeah, it's definitely illegal, but, like... I guess just the argument's gonna be that with drugs, you can... It has a lot of unintended consequences, is probably the argument. I don't really know, I'm just getting tired, so... You can't really tell it's close to midnight, and... I did not sleep very well last night after everything going on, so... What is this thing even pointing at? There? No? I think these arrows, or whatever they are, they're not arrows, but whatever you want to call them, markers, are definitely off a lot of the time. They seem to point at things that have nothing to do with needing to still be clean to finish the job, so... Yeah, that's... I don't really know what it's... Oh, wait, there's a spot. And those. Okay, and the pipes here. Okay, I might have found something. There we go. We're getting a few things dinged off at this point. Light. Little area still needs a little bit more, but I feel like I've cleaned it pretty well. Apparently not. Oh, yep, there is a spot left on there. Okay, where are we at now? Okay, not very many more things. So we're getting a lot closer with that little bit. This thing needs it. That's all good. Oh, nope. And I don't see anything glowing at this point. The person selling them is forcing the buyer to buy it. True. Very true. That's why some places, like, criminalize prostitution in a different way, where it's like... It's not illegal to sell, it's just illegal to buy. That's what a lot of places do, apparently. Okay, so let's take the abseiler. I don't see anything down here glowing, so it's got to be up higher. Aha, here's an area. Yep, there we go. And this area still needs something. Okay, got that little spot. There's some on the edge here, too. Yep. Got it. There we go. Okay, so just a horizontal strut, a side panel, a vertical strut, and other parts of the deck. Yeah, there's a big spot right there that I somehow missed. Okay, there we go. We're down to our last three. Let's go. last two. Or just last three marked. Yep, get that part. This whole thing needs a good scrubbing. Well, it's that whole area, so I probably need the abseiler over there, actually. So I guess it makes sense why they gave us one. Actually is helpful here. Okay, so now we just need the deck floor trim and deck wall. There's a little spot right there. Just need the deck wall now. But what exactly, which wall is it talking about? Oh, right there, okay. Aha. Yeah, I missed a whole area right there somehow. I don't know how. I feel like I combed over that area multiple times, but okay. Hey, Redox. Found out Battlefield 6 just added. Yeah, it's been there for like a couple of weeks at this point, I think. Okay, we did it. Alright. That was a longer one than I expected it to be, in all honesty. Gotta say, it looks like it's straight off Suds East Factory line. Guess you got some serious kit, huh? No word from the bosses on what to do with the thing, so I guess I'll be driving it back to the firm then. Might be able to pocket the deposit. Alright. So our next job is the Fun House, which actually has 2 miscellaneous trophies in it that we can go ahead and knock out. 2 pretty easy miscellaneous trophies. So let's go ahead and knock both of these out real quick, and then I might just finish this job off stream. If this is it. This might actually not be it. Oh no, this is it. Yep, this is it. Okay, so first off, we need to clean one of these panels using only the rotating nozzle thing, whatever you want to call this thing. I don't even know what it's called at this point. It's not very efficient, if you ask me. Yeah, it's not super efficient. But that's an easy trophy knocked out. And then there's a giant piano somewhere that we have to play. In here somewhere. Oh yeah, this is going to be a long job, I can already tell. This is a big one. Ooh, what's he telling us on story stuff? Just seen us go down, the mayor and his entourage all turned up in his ridiculous limousine. Half an hour to get into the car park. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. So yeah, there is a piano somewhere in here. Probably somewhere else. And we're back at the carnival area again, which is always fun. Maybe up here? Oh, yep, this is it. And there we go. Easy trophy. piano clean so I don't have to keep listening to random sound effects going on forever. I wonder if anyone's done anything insane with this yet, like played all of Beethoven's Fifth or something on this. That'd be pretty hilarious if anyone's actually crazy enough to do something like that. Probably not, but you never know. People do crazy challenges out there. There's an input for Donkey Kong bongos, I believe, on the Dolphin emulator. Believe it or not. Which definitely gives me terrible ideas of how to play Fallout games in the future. Okay, so this might not actually be that massive of a job, because we're already 6% of the way in. I don't feel like we've cleaned that much. Let's see if we get any lore at 10%. Now let's see if we can get a lore drop here at 10%. Come on, we getting the lore drop here at 10%. Maybe. Let's see. Come on. Nope, we are not. Okay, guys, it is getting late. I'm getting tired. So I'm going to call it the night here. Thank you all for watching tonight. We made some good progress. There's not a ton of jobs left in this game, honestly. We're fairly close to being done, I think. Probably 2 more streams to get this game done. So, I don't know exactly what I'll be streaming tomorrow. I might stream like House of the Dead or something just to mix things up. Friday, potentially, is going to be Black Ops 7. Next week, we've got the new SpongeBob game. So, yeah, we could be quite busy here on the PS5 for a little while, at least. We'll figure it out as we get to it. I love all those dings, though. So, yeah, I don't know exactly what everything's going to look like right now. And even, like, Friday, there's a Clemson game, a football game that I might want to watch. So, I don't know if I'm going to be streaming Black Ops 7 Day 1. Honestly, there's a lot of questions, a lot of things up in the air right now, so... pretty tentative schedule at the time being. So yeah, thank y'all for watching, and I will most likely see you guys back here tomorrow, probably for something that isn't power washing related, but we'll see. So see you guys then.